Hello there, everybody. Welcome to another video here on my channel with yours truly, as my name is displayed right there as you see on the screen. This is going to be Week 11 NFL picks. I'm sorry I did not do Week 10 because I just got wrapped up with working and just completely forgot, to do that video. But sorry about that. So now I'm going to be doing Week 11. And for Week 10, we had nothing but upsets. That's all I can say. Well, first of all, the Ravens lost to the Dolphins 22-10, which was embarrassing and ridiculous in my opinion because of the fact, we should have beat that team, but this is why I don't like Thursday night football. They really shouldn't be doing that. If you play on Sunday and then you got to rest, Monday and Tuesday, and you're only on short days rest. I really don't like that. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that, but that's my honest opinion. So we wound up losing to the Dolphins by a score of 22-10. Yeah. Yeah, Fins. Yeah, Fins up that time, but it'll be Fins down later after that. So, but hey, I mean, you gotta give the Dolphins credit. They were due, I guess, for a win, but that's the way it goes. But anyway, we had the Cowboys destroying the Falcons by a score of 43-3, which wasn't really an upset, but it was a victory for them. Then you got the Tennessee Titans beating the New Orleans Saints 23-21, not an upset. The Colts beating the Jaguars 23-17. No surprise there because the Jaguars suck, in my opinion. The Patriots destroying the Cleveland Browns 45-7, which was pretty good. I mean, not really considered an upset, but there's some that's coming up. You'll know what I'm talking about. The Bills destroyed the Jets 45-17. There were a lot of games, that were like blowouts kind of, and the Jets quarterback Mike White wound up throwing like 4 interceptions, and now Joe Flacco is going to be getting the start in the next game, and it's about damn time. Yep. Hello, hon. Yeah, he doesn't need to be a bench player. I mean, for one, he's been a Super Bowl MVP, and he deserves to be starting, and I'm glad that he's finally getting the start in the next one. So yeah, and he did come into the game and he threw 1 touchdown. So credit to that guy. Yep. Like I said, Joe Flacco deserves to be starting. Next one, we had the Lions and Steelers, which ended in a tie. Steelers should have lost, but unfortunately the game ends in a tie, and the Steelers stay where they are at a 5-3-1 tie record. And yeah, that was pretty interesting. And of course, the crybaby Lucas, complaining on there and saying, "I'm not watching this anymore," or whatever the crap, he was saying. I mean, for one, he's a sore loser a lot of times. Going back, back in the day. I don't mean to bring up the past and all that, but it's just football. And I remember when he, would complain to us about when the Ravens almost upset the Steelers, and he's like, "Leave me the F alone." And I'm like, "Grow up." He's still got some growing up to do, along with a few other people. Jerome. One of them. Dumbass. Anyway, but that game ended in a tie, which wound up being 16-16. Then you had the Washington team upsetting the Buccaneers 29-19. The Redskins. They're still Redskins. They wound up winning by a final score of 29-19 once again. Yeah, definitely a big upset there. You had the Carolina Panthers upsetting the Arizona Cardinals, and Cam Newton got some playing time as well, and it looks like he'll probably, I don't know if he'll start for the next one, but I read that he might start, but I don't really know. Then you had the Vikings beating the Chargers 27-20. Don't really know if I consider that an upset. I mean, but it was a win. The Eagles beat the Broncos 30-13. Yeah, the Broncos got off to a pretty good start, and now they've gone down a little bit. And the Packers shut out the Seahawks 17-0 as Aaron Rodgers returned for the first time, and Russell Wilson also returned as well. So, yep. And the Chiefs destroyed the Raiders by a score of 41-14, which wasn't really an upset, but Patrick Mahomes is due to have a good game, and he wound up doing, what he's done for a good while. And there you go. And the 49ers upset the Rams by a score of 31-10 because the Rams had a 7-2 record and now they dropped to 7-3. And there you go. So that week was nothing but upsets. There was a good amount of them, but also a lot of games on there that just wound up, being a little bit, as I mentioned, just a lot of games that were upsets. All right, and a lot of blowouts too. All right, so now we're going to get into week 11. So we already had our Thursday night football matchup, which was between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, if I would have done the pick for that, I, probably would have said the Patriots, but the Patriots did win 25-0. The Falcons have only scored 3 points in their last 2 games now, which is kind of surprising. For week 9, the Falcons scored 27 points, so 30 points altogether in their last 2 games or 3 games they've done. All right, and now for this one, we'll start with our first, the 1 o'clock games, of course. The Indianapolis Colts faced the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, and this is going to be, I think, a pretty good matchup with these two teams. Bills with a 6-3 record, and the Colts with a 5-5 record. And I believe this victory will go in favor to the Bills because the Buffalo Bills, are doing really well. The Colts with a 5-5 record, which is decent. I thought they could do a little bit different than that, like maybe at this point be 5-3 or something, or maybe 6-4 at that time. But instead, they're 5-5. And I don't think they'll get the victory, unfortunately, in this one. I think it's going to go in favor to the Buffalo Bills. Like I mentioned about them, and they've been doing pretty well. I mean, they scored a lot of points in the last game against the Jets, and don't think it's going to be that many points in this one. I think it'll be a pretty close game, though. I say Bills 27 and Colts 20. Next one we have is the winless Browns and the Cleveland Browns. The winless Lions, excuse me. It's early in the morning now. It's 9:21 a.m. Eastern time. Sorry about that. But, yeah, the winless Lions and the Cleveland Browns. Oh, my. Will the Lions get their first win against the Browns? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be in this one. I think they will get a win. I mean, they should have got the win against Pittsburgh, which would have been great, but instead it ended in a tie. But instead, in this one, I'm going to go with the Browns in this one over the Lions, and I say 26-14. I mean, the Lions almost got the win, and the Browns got destroyed by the Patriots, so I just think the Browns get the win this one. Then we have the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans, and this matchup doesn't really look all that great because the Texans only have 1 win, and the Titans doing pretty well with a 8-2 record and doing pretty good without Derrick Henry after signing Adrian Peterson, to their roster, and I think he'll probably get some playing time. But I say it goes in favor to Tennessee, and I say they get the win 26-12. 26-12. Then we have the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And according to here on ESPN, it's saying that the Vikings are an upset or a lock to upset the Packers. I disagree 100% with that. I think the Packers, will definitely get the win over the Vikings, and I say 28-13. Then we have the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. And again, it's going to be Joe Flacco getting the start, finally, over Mike White. And I think Flacco has a really good game in this one. I mean, the Dolphins, they got lucky in that game against the Ravens. That's all you can say. I mean, that's the way it goes, unfortunately. But that's why I don't like Thursday Night Football, as I said. But I say the Jets, Jets, as people, spell it sometimes, Jets, Jets, win over the Dolphins, 26-16. Then we have the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on each other. Looks like an all right matchup. I mean, I don't know who the quarterback is for the Saints because they lost their quarterback, Jameis Winston. So it's Trevor Siemian. And it looks like he did pretty well in the last game. But they didn't get the win, but I think they will get the victory over the Eagles in this one. Well, it's called a prediction. It's called a pick as well, Alex. That's just the way it is. Plus it's not in Miami, it's in New Jersey, and I just think, it goes in favor once again to the Jets. Deal with it. I don't think the Dolphins have what it takes to beat them. Anyway, then we have the matchup between the Saints and Eagles, as I was saying, before I was interrupted. So Saints, I think, get the win in this one over the Eagles, 26-19. Then we have the Washington team. Yeah, give me a break on that. Against the Carolina Panthers, and I think this goes in favor to the Panthers, as I, again, read somewhere that Cam Newton possibly getting the start or something like that, but even though the other quarterback did pretty well, I don't really remember his name. It's not Sam Darnold, it's the other guy from the other one that was in, I had his name one year and I forgot it now, just give me a second here so I can find it. There it is. Just couldn't really find the name. It was P.J. Walker. He did he did all right. He had an interception, but I just really think it should go in favor to Cam Newton starting this matchup. But I don't know. I just thought, I read somewhere that it was going to be him. But anywho, so I say Panthers over Washington. Final score 26-17. 26-17. Then we have the 49ers and the Jaguars. A matchup that doesn't look all that great. Looks pretty... yeah. Jaguars have a 2-7 record, which, not all that great. And the 49ers with a 4-5 record, which is not great too. But they did upset the Rams. And, of course, I watched a little bit of that game, and then I saw, them interceptions that guy was getting, and I'm like, that guy is pretty incredible, I forgot his name now, but I think it goes in favor to the 49ers over the Jaguars, and I say 23-12. 23-12. Then we have, we almost went to the 4 o'clock game. We got to get to this one. Now we got the Baltimore Ravens and the Chicago Bears in Chicago, because the Ravens were at home for a little bit, and now, of course, the recent game, the disastrous game being in Miami. And, the Ravens are looking to definitely bounce back in this one against the Bears. It's, every game is not easy, and every game, you can't pick to win and stuff, but it seems like, I do. But we play a lot better than that, when we played against Miami, we're definitely 100 times better than that, and everybody knows that. But, yeah, that's just all about luck. But in this one, I guess it's going to be Josh Fields getting the start for the Bears, or Justin Fields. It started with a J. I just didn't know. I thought it was Josh. It's Justin. And Lamar Jackson, he's, all he keeps doing is running the ball. I know he's trying to pass the ball a lot of times. We don't have Des Bryant from last year, and I wish we still had John Brown, for wide receiver, and a couple others, we could have on the roster. Rashad Bateman's doing all right. Hollywood Brown is so-so, and Miles Boykin, I don't think he's really getting all that. Willie Snead, who I think was with us before, he did all right too. I don't know if he's still with the team, but I'm glad Odell Beckham did not come to the team. I know he wasn't like a favorite, to come to us, but thank God, he went to a different team. And we wound up releasing Le'Veon Bell, which I'm kind of surprised about. They should have kept him because, for one, Latavius Murray is okay, and Devontae Freeman is all right. Le'Veon Bell is pretty much a veteran, and you wind up releasing him, but now there's rumors they might bring him back. I hope they do. We need running backs because of the injuries to J.K. Dobbins and the Gus Bus. yeah, Bears will win. Nice try. or Or as you said, oh, give me a break. I mean, it's possible the Bears could get the win. It'd be another upset, but I don't see the Ravens losing this game. I do not. No, I think the Ravens definitely bounce back from what happened against that disastrous Thursday night football game. And I definitely pick the Ravens over the Bears. And I say 26-14. 26-14. All right, now we move on to our 4 o'clock games. We'll get into them. The first one is the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Unknown caller.
Yeah, scam likely. Get the hell out of here. Don't you hate them calls, when you get them? But, yeah. Anyway, I keep wanting to call them the Oakland Raiders a lot of times, but I'm still trying to get used to them being in Las Vegas. So, anyway, should be a pretty good matchup with these two teams. I mean, Joe Burrow is doing all right, and Derek Carr is doing all right too. I say the Raiders get this one over the Bengals, and I say a pretty close one. I say 26-23. Next, this should be a pretty good matchup. The Dallas Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs. And, yeah, I've been getting tired of the Chiefs. I just have not been all that satisfied, with the way, they've been playing. I mean, they've been playing dirty for one, like that game against the Giants, I think on Monday Night Football. And now they wound up doing pretty well in the last game, and now they face the Dallas Cowboys, and it's in Kansas City. And it doesn't really make a difference, where it's at, but I think it goes in favor to Dallas. I think the Cowboys get it 28-24. Next one is the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. The Cardinals with their 8-2 record, and the Seahawks now with Russell Wilson back, although that didn't work out against the Packers. But yeah, I think the Cardinals get this one. I mean, the Seahawks, want to get back into it and try and get the win, but I don't think it's going to happen in this one. I think the next game possibly, or whoever they play in the next one. But I think Arizona gets it. I say 26-20. Then, the Seahawks will put up a good amount of points than the last one, but won't be able to get the win. Then the next one is the Sunday Night Football matchup. And this is between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers. And I am 100% sure Ben Roethlisberger will not be in this matchup because he was placed on the COVID list. So I believe it will be the backup quarterback, Mason Rudolph, getting the start. Although he did play, exceptionally all right in the last game against the Lions. But now he faces the Chargers, and I think the Chargers pretty much get the win in this one over the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the Steelers, even though they did all right with Mason Rudolph in it, but I think it'd be better if Roethlisberger was in this one. But thoughts and prayers of Roethlisberger that he gets better, because of this horrible virus going around still. But yeah, but I still think the Chargers get this one and over the Steelers. I say 24-14. 24-14. And then we have our last matchup, and the Monday Night Football matchup between the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers coming off that upset while losing to Washington, and the Giants, no, we did not go over them, so they're coming off a bye week. And I don't see the Buccaneers losing this one. I definitely don't see them, losing another matchup and getting upset again. I think Tom Brady and the Buccaneers could definitely get the win this one. I say Buccaneers 28 and Giants 14. 28-14, and that's all the scores. That's all of them. All right. So I hope everybody enjoyed this, as always. Once again, apologies I didn't do Week 10 just because I just got wrapped up with working and forgot to film it that one day, but that's all right. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching this video, everybody. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, please. Not a bad thing, a good thing, and you all take care. Thanks again for watching this video.